Hello, Jimmy Krotov speaking from Sophonia, not far from Moscow. Lake life matters. Actually, I've actively participated on this story with Black Life because I live in Moscow, but I exist in the web. So I think many Americans will be puzzled to know that a lot of Russian immigrants who emigrated from Russia running from totalitarianism are very conservative. Some of them even participated in the riot of the 6th January, and they are racists, uh, even Jews, Judaists. They are racists, and they state that liberalism, tolerance, political correctness is a new sort of totalitarianism because they order to people to behave some specific way and limit their freedom. My position is quite simple because I think that discrimination is a common phenomenon in the human history, but mostly unreflectable, unspoken, unconscious discrimination. So when you have, for example, the laboratory of Fermi or Congress completely consisting of white men, this is a sort of quote for the white people, but unconscious quote, artificially created by racists, unconscious racists. And I've defended the freedom for black life also. Mind that I'm nearly always a black man in this black Cossack. Yesterday, it was August 7, and now in Moscow, in Russia in general, it's the end of the summer actually. I don't know why. The summer was not very hot, but a very small amount of water, of rains. And we went with my wife, myself, and our granddaughter went to the artificial lake here, which is not far from our house, but we went very late, and it was after heavy raining. So the plage was nearly empty. It was 7 p.m., seems to me. And it happened so that there were only 4 companies, small companies, ours, a company of 4 Africans, real Africans. I think something like Congo or Senegal, but I'm not a great anthropologist, minded. But they've spoken not French, not English, and not Russian, certainly. They've spoken some African language. They've been not Afro-Americans. And nowadays, these days, you don't see a lot of Americans in Russia, if any. And it was obvious that they are just workers, maybe illegal workers, working for someone. Remember that this is a very wealthy region, and on the opposite shore of the lake there is a palace of Dmitry Medvedev, who is one of the Putin's closest friends. So there is a lot of possibilities to poor men to find a work in these manors and palaces. And the third group have been what we call in Russia, not I, but what Russian racists called черные, blacks. Not in the direct sense of the word, because they are not black with the color of their skin, but mostly these people are from Dagestan or Chechnya, and generally from Caucasus, but in the Russian sense, from the mountain of Kavkaz. and they are more black with hairs, and they're more black in skin than Russians. So to some extent, you can call them black, but certainly this expression is a racist expression in Russia also concerning these people. And I thought, and it was obvious that these blacks also are just workers, Gastarbeiten, on working for some wealthy man or woman. And I thought, whether these Africans or these blacks are guilty in the war crimes of Russians in Ukraine. Russia is an alien country for them. They don't speak Russian, actually. Actually, these blacks from Caucasus, they've spoken also the native language, not Russian one. Although I think they know Russian language, but they've been only 4 of them. What for should they speak Russian? Are they guilty in the war crimes of Russians? I don't know. I think it depends. If you're Ukrainian and you live in Donetsk, for example, now, and you're suffering from Russian shelling and bombs, etc., and you hate everything connected with Russians, and you're afraid of it, then I think they will say, yes, if a native of Congo went to Moscow and works for Medvedev, building a palace for him, he also participates in his war crimes. I don't know whether this is... well, you see, first of all, I don't think there are war crimes. War in general is a crime and a mistake. I don't know. I just tell you about this case to understand that there is no such thing as collective responsibility. And you see, Medvedev has a choice to live in Russia, to wage war or not. And poor people, no, they have no choice. This is the calamity of misery. Misery rejects freedom. Misery kills your freedom. You have no choice. You must work for the piece of bread, and it's not your guilt if you work for a killer. You're too poor to have your freedom. Huh? No. This is why Lord Jesus said about the poverty in spirit, spiritual poverty. It means that you are poor, but you won't work for the evil. It's not very easy, I dare to say. But wars are waged not by poor people. Poor people don't have strength to wage a war. People who are hungry don't wage a war. They're just dying. Or they steal bread. Wars are the product of the wealthy people who have enough money to buy a sword or to make a bomb. Remember this. But these wealthy people, they also have enough power to make poor people be soldiers. Wealthy people don't usually participate in wars. They organize them. They're managers of wars. Jimmy Krotov, Moscow.